This is Still Here Hollywood's 10-Minute Takes, bite-sized chapters of our favorite chats with the stars. I'm Steve Kmetko, and here is the third of 7 chapters with actor Steven Weber from Wings and Chicago Med.
When I first got to L.A., probably in '88, I was stuck in traffic outside the Chateau Marmont and inching, and I think the Marlboro Man sign was still there. Marlboro Man. Glad I quit smoking. And there was somebody in the car up on my left side, and I can see the passenger in silhouette, a woman, because based on her hair, I guess, haranguing the driver. I couldn't hear it, obviously. And I'm inching up, and I get to where I can see who it is, and it's Dolly Parton.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah, screaming at, I don't know, her husband or driver, I don't know who it was. And I love Dolly Parton, and she must have had a great excuse, but holy smokes, that was actually my second celebrity encounter on that scale. Can I tell you my first one?
Yes.
All right. So when I came out here to audition for Wings, this was, I guess, the third audition I was waiting to hear after testing for it, doing a screen test. They put me up at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, classic Hollywood haunt, maybe literally, who knows how many horrible spirits are there from the 20s and 30s. And I'm making a phone call on a payphone. Remember payphones, Steve?
Yes, I do.
And I'm calling, I think, my agent in New York, and the payphone was at the foot of a staircase. And suddenly, I'm on the phone, and suddenly I realize that there's people kind of gathering at the foot of this staircase, and they're all, it almost looked like a twins convention. Now, people were wearing badges and insignias and everything, and it was pretty odd. And they were looking up on top of to the top of the staircase, and I'm on the phone with my agent. I look up, and it's Engelbert Humperdinck descending the stairs to meet his fans. And I was like, 1 second, I was like witnessing something out of the Bible. That was it. Isn't that a great story, Steve?
It is.
Full of great stuff.
I enjoy these encounters, these chance encounters you have. I had one up on Sunset Boulevard. No, Franklin. There's a little restaurant called La Poubelle.
La Poubelle, next to Birds.
Next to Birds. And I was sitting there having a bite to eat once.
Yeah.
And I looked over, and the person at the next table was Kathy Bates.
Oh.
And I was a huge fan of hers. I'd seen her in Night Mother on Broadway.
Sure.
And Frankie and Johnny and the Claire de Lune at the Mark Taper. Mm-hmm. And I had run into her some other places, too. She was one of those people that I kept running into, and I love her to bits.
Nice.
And nice.
Yeah.
And such a good actress. Actor. We don't say actress anymore.
No, we don't. Come on. Get modern.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Get up to speed.
I'm going
to cancel you. All right, I'm canceling you.
And then one other time, I was invited to a screening of Sweetheart's Dance.
What is that?
That was a movie with Don Johnson.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was a charity screening in Westwood. And at the time, he was dating Barbara Streisand.
Holy smokes.
And I had my sister was visiting me at that time. And I said, do you want to go? I can go to these things anytime. They say Barbara Streisand might be there.
Right.
She was, Becky was a huge Streisand fan.
Sure.
And I remember she sat through the movie, and Streisand was in the row right behind us, and she kept going through the whole movie.
Yeah.
And they had a little reception in the parking lot right next to the Westwood Memorial Cemetery.
Perfect.
And
which is an amazing cemetery.
It is. You want to see stars?
Oh, man. And they will not run from you.
No. But the person who was working the party came up and said, would you like to meet Barbara?
What? And
I said to my sister, Becky, please. Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Nah. I enjoyed the movie. Oh, Miss Streisand, I'm such a big fan. Blah, 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 blah. And it was kind of cute. And has since passed away. My sister, not Streisand. And I'm really glad I had that moment
That's
to give
nice.
her.
Was she at least pleasant to Becky?
Oh, she was extremely pleasant.
That's nice.
And she kept pointing out, wasn't he, talking about Don Johnson, wasn't he
nice.
good? It was
That's nice.
it was a very nice experience.
Now, I want to ask you one thing, though.
Yes.
Becky Kmetko?
Yes, she was, Becky Kmetko.
Rebecca Kmetko?
My father was a minister. My mother, I told you, the Virgin Alice. And
Rebecca Kmetko.
Yep.
That's
All
hard.
their 5 children were all named after people in the Bible.
Okay.
Stephen got stoned. Boy, did he get stoned.
Yeah, okay.
And Judith.
Enos. Oh, Judith. Okay.
Thomas.
Hezekiah.
No,
Hezekiah. No.
Or Zechariah. No, none of that.
Okay.
But anyway, it was a nice experience.
Well, yeah. Look, I mean, we could talk about show business and all that stuff, but that's one of the great. I'm still a fan. Okay, I've been doing this for 40 years and met a bunch of people, but I still fan out, and I wish I didn't, because then it prevents me from having a decent conversation with somebody who might be a peer, might be a pal, a peer pal. I was once at a party, and there was a guy who I was talking to, and we were talking films, and his name was Steve, another Steve. This town is lousy with Steves, and I guess I was my charming, witty self, and he was funny, and we were giving and taking. And then finally, I guess I said to my wife, I said, well, who is that? She said, Stephen Soderbergh. And I shut down and became a kind of dissembling, distracted idiot. And that was the end. Still waiting for him to call me back.
He married my former co-host, Jules Asner.
Holy smokes.
And so I had the occasion of encountering him a number of times.
Are they still married?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't get mad about it.
I don't want to start a rumor of it if they aren't.
Why not?
And he's just a really nice guy.
A nice guy.
And talented.
So talented. But I ruin things all the time. I'm too much of a fan, and I realize that I need to cut it out in the remaining years of my career. I better cut it out if I ever want to work with anybody of any import, instead of the dregs of the industry that I've been forced to work with.
We'll be back for more in a moment.
I'm older and have fewer roles coming my way. We'll be right back. I was cast in a lot of those roles doing that same thing. The jerk. Affable, womanizing dickhead.
Did you go to Second City in Chicago? Or Toronto?
You mean when you observe?
Or to study.
I never studied improv at those places, but I was privileged to. I went up a couple of times at those places. Not at Toronto. In Toronto, I would just go to watch. Early on, I want to say in the early '90s, I was doing a movie in Chicago and went up and played with them. I've gone up at UCB in LA, and it's not anything that I've studied, but over the years I've kind of observed the rudiments of it, and I think I've learned some of them. I have nothing but the greatest admiration for those people and comedians in general nowadays who thrive on, I'm not saying they want it to happen, but they're perfectly able to comport themselves when something spontaneous occurs. And I'm never less in awe than in improvisers at Second City in Chicago. I'm doing a Chicago Med. I don't go to clubs anymore, and also this was still during COVID. So I would take myself to the theater, and I went to see Steppenwolf and the Goodman. But I went several times to see Second City, and man, it's incredible. They're so gifted and amazing. And
Chicago's a great city for that.
It's great, man. Chicago is fantastic.
I love Goodman and Steppenwolf.
It's amazing.
And so many people came out of Steppenwolf.
So many people.
Yeah.
And the current crop of actors and creators there are stupendous. I mean, it's just great. Chicago in general was something that I was a place that you only hear about if you've never been, and it has a weird narrative, especially nowadays. So it's so dangerous. It's so this, so that. It's a fantastic city with great people. My joke, I guess, at the city's expense is that the city is paved with meat. And man, you can eat steaks until you collapse. They're good steaks, But still, I think they need a few more Whole Foods markets, something.
Whole paycheck.
Whole paycheck.
Yeah.
Or my friends used to call it the food hole.
The food hole.
To watch the next chapter, click the box. To listen, just stay tuned.